Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited and so happy that you patiently waited in our waiting room to get started. I'll kind of get started now and kind of introduce you to what tonight's going to look like. And then the students are going to go right into their presentations. At the very end, we're going to have the judges present the results of the logo contest. And Rob, I have nominated you to do this presentation. So for those of you judging the logos in the background, feel free to private message each other on the chat in terms of the results and who you would like to win. Other than that, welcome everyone. My name is Jennifer Takacs. I am the instructor and course designer of this kind of camp session that we've had the last 8 weeks. In my day-to-day, I am an Ontario certified teacher. I have been working in high schools for the last 6 or so years. And recently, in the last 2 years, I started working for a national nonprofit called HackerGal. We teach girls across Canada how to code. In my day-to-day as well, I volunteer as an education advisor with a company called PopPop. So they make mobile apps for children and for students. And so I'm very heavily involved in designing courses and course materials and things like that that help students learn technology. And so today you are here gathered because, of course, our lovely students have been working hard over the last 8 weeks to learn the fundamentals of graphic design through a free platform known as PixlR. And so to give you a little bit of hindsight about what these projects are going to look like, a couple of weeks ago, we told all of our students that they were going to have to come up with a portfolio poster since we are virtual. And on this portfolio poster, they were to have 3 to 5 designs that they're going to be talking to you about today. The first main thing you're going to notice on these designs is they should have a creative background layer with some sort of color theme, and I'm sure they'll talk about that more in depth. The 3 major designs that you're going to be looking for that were mandatory as part of this poster. The first is a text design that's going to showcase their name in a creative way. They're going to show you an advertisement design, which may be for a real or fictional product. I gave them full creative flexibility here. And then the third design, of course, is our logo design for Beckwith Tech Camp. And you might see some other designs that the kids have come up with using some of the techniques that they've learned throughout these last 8 weeks. So that kind of sums up how that works. We are recording live now. So for those of you who have your camera on, just note that in case you don't want it on. And for our students, you of course don't need to have your cameras on as you present, just your mics so that we can hear you. And I have already told our students their order. Adriana, I know you joined a little bit later, so I'll message you privately to let you know when you're going. But without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to Kate, our first presenter for tonight. So Kate, take it away for us.
Hi, just a second, okay, we're good now. So this is my background layer. I chose to do, for my color scheme, blue and orange. So inside the background, I put mostly blue and a little bit of orange because that's what you're gonna see in my designs. I'm also gonna be putting them one at a time so you can see them more clearly. My first 2 are going to be the 2 optional ones. Here's my first design. It's from one of my favorite animes, Kuroko's Basketball, and this is one of my favorite characters and his quote, "The only one who can beat me is me." I also added the text and the little bit of glow effect. I also added the faint person inside of his eye. Now for my favorite girl character, Rico. Her quote is, "When one thing ends, another one begins." I also added the text and the slight glow around her. My name is next. And I tried to make it look like it's an LED sort of thing, like a sign that you'd see on a wall, but sort of kind of plopped on the floor. So I added a brick wall behind it. Sorry, I couldn't add too much shadowing, but I tried to do some sort of effect as if it was 3D and standing up. And yeah, for my logo, I chose to add a background so you could see it, but it is transparent currently. I made it sort of simple so that you could put it on a smaller surface and it wouldn't get too like out of focus, I guess. Also, if you're printing it on white paper, you can switch out the white with the black and the black with the white so you could see it. And for my last and final thing is my advertisement. I chose to advertise probably my current favorite TV show, Fairy Tale. I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah, Fairy Tale, now available on Crunchyroll, which is true if you wanted to check it out. I added my 3 favorite characters from Team Natsu to top it off and a little bit of shading. I also had to find each individual character, put them together, add a little bit of shadowing, find the logo, put the logo in, and find a cool background. For the final thing, I'm going to show you it in full. Here is the full collage. I hope that you like it. And that's all.
Thank you so much, Kate. Can I get a virtual round of applause from the audience? I already see it coming through. Amazing, amazing job. And next up, after Kate, we have Max presenting. So thank you very much. Max, you're up next.
Okay. I'm gonna start screen sharing. Can you see that? Okay. So hello and welcome to my design showcase project. Starting off with my background layer, I decided on using blues and purples, various shades of them. And then I added a sort of staticky look to it because I thought it looked nice. And other than that, there isn't much to it. So my first one was, the first design I made was my name art, my name layer. My original plan was make a boring font and add a bunch of effects to it. So I tilted it to the right a bit, added a few glitch effects, played around with those. I added a shadow and modified the hue and saturation and a bunch of other features. And that's my name art. For my second one I made was the ad. I didn't know what to do at first and decided on A&W because it's probably one of my favorite restaurants because it's really good. I picked 3 of their most popular burgers, the Mazza burger, which is to the left, the Teen burger to the right, and the Beyond Meat burger in the front, with the caption, "Treat yourself to the most popular root beer in Canada," with some root beer behind it. Originally, I was just going to add like a yellow circle or something to put behind it, but I decided to use a billboard and changed my approach to like a side of the road billboard ad that you'd see like in front of the restaurant or side of the road. And my final design is my logo contest design. I didn't know what to do at first, and with some inspiration from a fellow course member, I went for using binary. So I got a picture of an old computer, removed the background and uploaded it to a separate PixlR. I wanted to make it separately. So this is all one image, except for the B and the T. So I uploaded a picture of an old computer. I opened command prompt because that's tech related. I just typed in some random stuff and took a picture of the window, uploaded it to the computer, got some binary to put in the back, the green ones and zeros. And originally the logo was going to be on the command prompt window, but it was tiny and you could like barely see it. So I tried making it bigger, but then it wouldn't fit in the command prompt window. So I decided to use a binary B and a binary T, which you also couldn't see because of the black behind it. So I gave it a white glow and put it on top of everything. I think it'd make a good logo because it relates to tech a lot. And fairly simple. There's only like 4 or 5 layers to the whole thing. And that is everything I have. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing what everyone else has made. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Round of applause. I'll do a live one since I am live right now and I can see in the background. Check out the chat as well, because I know there's some great comments in there on your designs as we go through. Next up, we have Molly.
Hi. So the first thing I did was the name text, and that took a very long time because I kept all the shapes kept deleting every single time I put it on. But at the start, I wanted to do a sort of design where you cut out all the letters that were different fonts, and then I just decided to overlap a bunch of boxes. And then the background, I just thought that gray and neon green were good color matches. So I played around with that, and I found a smudge thing that I went like in, and then I smudged it in the middle more, and then started to go a bit blanker on the outside of it. And then in my advertisement, I did silly putty, where I just the words and the actual silly putty was red, so I just used the saturation and the hue. And then when I was cutting out the silly putty in the text, I just used the eraser to get away most of the excess, because the cut wasn't going perfectly, even though they're so light. And then I used a custom shape. And then on the name one, I just overlapped a bunch of letters and used the gradient. And finally, I did a little PixlR.com, like of what the website I used. And that's pretty much it.
Molly, can you do us a favor and zoom in on your Beckwith Tech logo for us as well, just so we can see it a bit closer?
Sorry, 1 second.
No worries. Great. And you want to just describe it a little bit now that we see it?
Yeah, so I wanted it to match with the background that I had. So with the B, you probably can't see it anymore because of the transparency, but it's actually a light green. So I wanted to do like a gradient in the letters and the background, both like going different ways. So there's vertical and then there's horizontal.
Thank you, Molly. That's awesome. All right. Up next, we have Joe. Oh, and round of applause. Sorry, Molly, I didn't give you a round of applause.
All right. So, all right, can you see it? Is my mic working?
You are good to go.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. So here's my portfolio. For the background, and I kind of went for like grays and desaturated blues, and then I kind of gave it like a wavy, swirly hue. I thought that it like fit in well with kind of the style of the designs. So for my creative projects, I did one kind of a more like existential question. So like one side is like very warped and like changed, and it says we are no more than a collection of atoms. And then like on the other side it's like normal and there's no filter, and then it goes yet no less than humans. And then my other creative project, it kind of has a story behind it. So it's this like guy walking into a portal to like a dimension that he hasn't been in 12 years. I guess he's kind of like going back to his old home, and there's like somewhat faded text saying another chance back, like on the portal. And then my logo for Beckwith Tech Camp is like very simplistic. It's got like an older looking computer with text saying Beckwith Tech Camp, and it looks like someone's typing it and I've got that line there, or like it would show you if you were typing it. And I use gray, black, and light blue because I thought they were very like techie colors. Like you see them a lot on computers. And then here's my ad design. So it's a fictional product. So basically, it's called the Flash engine, and it's an engine that can go at light speed. And so I have like the space background, and then the rocket ship there, and then it looks like it's coming out of it looks like the words are coming out of the rocket. So it says Flash engine, and up here it says take to the stars with the new Lightspeed Flash engine. And then on the bottom right corner it says available for purchase in January 2022. And then finally, here's my name text. It was simpler with like a desaturated purple and white, and then I kind of use like a kind of cartoony font with my name. And that's all.
Thank you, Joe. Round of applause for Joe, please. Okay, up next, we have Travis.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to do the same thing that Kate did and go through my stuff one by one. And so this is what I chose for my background. It seemed like appealing, you could say. And this is my Beckwith Tech Camp logo. I sort of like made it like a charger, sort of like that. Like a charger, and it has Beckwith Tech Camp coming out of it. And these are my two free designs. It's foolish to fear what we have yet to see and know. And forgetting is like a wound. The wound may heal, but it has already left a scar. Next is my name design. It's pretty simple. I just added a background, and well, I had a background, added it, and made myself a name. And I typed my name pretty much out of text, and that's it. This is my advertisement. It took me the longest out of all of them. So yeah, just give me a sec. This is what it is. And for my last thing, I sort of like want to add something at the end, and so I added a yin and yang symbol because why not? And I guess that's my thing.
Thank you so much, Travis. That was awesome to see. I love the yin and yang symbol as well. I'm a big fan of your background. I know there was a lot of positive comments around the way in which you coordinated a lot of those designs. So well done to you. Next up, we have David, and then our last presenter, Adriana, will be going. So David, you are up.
I'm not really done.
Okay, I will ask Adriana if you want to go first, and then David, we will have you go regardless of what you have, okay?
Thanks.
Perfect.
So these are my designs, and as everybody else, I'm just gonna go through them one by one. So my name, I kind of wanted to make it colorful and pop, so I tried finding a bunch of colors, and I put a flower in for extra detail. And I also put shadow on my name so that it would kind of pop out more and put it on a slant. For my advertisement, I advertised one of my favorite shows. And so I kind of put in Word what type of show it is while putting some of the panels. I also put the logo of the show too. And for my logo, I kind of wanted to use the binary and kind of put it as a camp because it's called Beckwith Tech Camp. I also thought that I should put Beckwith Tech just in case some people might not know what BT means. And so, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Round of applause. That was excellent. I'm a big fan of your use of combining color, but then also bringing in the black and white there. That was great. And David, I know that didn't give you as much time to finish up, but I'm going to say, just show us what you can now, and we are happy to watch and hear from you.
Well, it's okay. I guess I'll just construct it in front of your eyes because I got everything finished. I just didn't put it on the poster yet.
Okay.
Just gonna save things quickly and then I'll start.
Perfect.
There we go. Here's the final thing I need to do. Just wait for the ad. All right. Okay, time to share my screen. Here we go. Just gonna put everything away in case it's everywhere. Okay, so nope, here. Gonna open up my first one, the logo. So here's my logo for Beckwith Camp. I kind of forgot to like add it. I made all the letters on a keyboard letter, but I forgot to add a space for the H, so I just made it out of the cable. And I'll put that right here. Next, I have my name, which is entitled. I decided to go chaotic because why not? That's also why the background is chaotic. So I just put my name 3 times over and put these flashy things on it. And finally, for the advertisement,
Which one is it? Oh, that's this one. I decided to make an advertisement for Beckwith Camp. Where I advertised it with some of other people's projects. And these are all JPEGs and now they look bad. Oh no. Wait, they're not. It's just the background is.
David, you can open up the individual designs in the platform if that's easier, if you don't want to put it on your poster.
No, yeah, just my background image is a JPEG, so turn down the quality of everything else. I'll fix that later.
Okay.
Yeah, this is done. Can't really read.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause for David and all of our presenters tonight. You did a great job. I know it's not always easy to present out loud to a crowd of strangers based on your creative designs, but I think all of you did a great job, and going through all of your techniques and styles that you applied to those different designs. It's incredible to see how much of a variety we had amongst the students and how you applied the different techniques that we've been learning, but added kind of your own creative stamp on it as well.